I think that's like kind of the same thing, like listening versus hearing. Like when you're sonically engaged, you're more listening versus just like hearing things. I think that it also has to do with like whoever is like talking to you or whatever you guys are doing. Like I think they a lot of the time will have to point out the whole like listening aspect of it for you to be completely sonically engaged, because I feel like a lot of people don't do that automatically.
I feel like it's similar to the other question, but yeah, I guess sonically engaged would just be, I guess as I mentioned before, just not just listening to words coming out of somebody's mouth, but taking into account the way they speak, whether it's their tone, how their voice rises, doesn't rise, is there a specific way their sentences end, is it deep, is it high, and then within that, what the message is intended to being delivered as well, and taking that onto account.
I guess in the context of the classroom, voicing your own opinions or your own perspectives on something, making them known to both the teacher and like fellow students and peers, being able to voice something that you've processed or analyzed, and engaging with the rest of the class.
I don't know. Sonically engaged? I would say sonically, if I had to give an answer for being sonically engaged, I would say when I'm stargazing at night and there's no sounds at all except crickets and the wind, and you can notice those small beats, those small sounds and like heartbeats, and that's being
That's sonically engaged. Yeah.
That's sonically engaged to me.
I guess it's in tune with something. So I think there are, various contexts, but sonically engaged, you're hanging on every word, every sound that comes out of someone's mouth, whether it's performance or just a reading of a text. The way in which they read it and the sounds and the cadence in which they read it affects the meaning.
I think to be sonically engaged is to like have complete awareness of like the sounds and noises in your surroundings, and with that comes like the understanding of these sounds and like what they mean, and like properly interpreting them as you hear them.
That means that you're having such a great experience in the moment that your brain is completely focused on what it's hearing and what it's listening to, and processing that. Yeah.
To be sonically engaged. I don't know. I've never heard that term before, but just working through it. Being sonically engaged, I guess it's just having an open mindset in general, and not prejudging a situation, and just listening to everything that comes to you, versus going into any kind of space or situation with a preconceived notion.